Howdy ho, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at something that I think you guys will be quite interested in. At least I hope so. And that's going to be specifically Elestrals Awakened. Now, to put it bluntly, Elestrals Awakened is essentially a mythological monster capturing RPG, and it's being developed by, well, the team over at Elestrals. It's essentially like them taking their card game and shifting that over into an actual Pokemon-styled monster capturing game, right? Now, it is being made, of course, by, like, our lovely friend A-Drive. A-Drive, of course, himself, a long-time community member, a long-time content creator in this space, specifically for, you know, the Pokemon franchise. And now he's trying to make his own game alongside, I think, Shady Penguin, like, they're working together on this. So, he wanted me to take a look at his project, talk a bit about it, share it with you guys, and, of course, a big thank you to him for sponsoring this video. So, let's get right into it. So, let's look through the actual page here. Now, they do point out that the game is going to be available on Windows, so bless. We're not like, they're not doing the Pokemon thing of keeping it only on one thing, but it is going to be on Windows, Steam, and Nintendo Switch, apparently. I do wonder, though, when they say Nintendo Switch, if that means just the original Switch, or if that means the Switch 2 as well. I would assume the Switch 2 as well, by proxy, purely based on the fact that it's a console that should be able to play both. So, yeah. Now, he says, in a world shaped by gods and titans, the elemental forces that once held balance have begun to unravel. Long ago, divine power was shouted across the stars, giving birth to creatures known as Elestrals. As darkness stirs and conflicts brew among the realms, the gods call upon new champions to rise. Will you protect the world or reshape its destiny? Question mark. Well, let's see. The beloved Elestrals universe is back in an epic 2.5D single-player action-adventure RPG video game that puts you at the center of the Elestrals universe. Born from the smash-hit trading card game Elestrals Awakened brings the rich lore, elemental forces, and epic adventures into a fully realized interactive world. Step into the role of a caster, forge a bond with a spirit companion, and explore the elemental lands as tensions rise and ancient powers awaken. They also say they are not using any AI, so that's good. That's good to know, which is really crazy because actually I'm not going to talk about it in this one because it was something Pokemon did, which was secretly revealed. But yeah, either way, no AI is used with any of this or our creative assets, which is good to know that it's going to be actually made by real artists, real people. And going to be something that's like, you know, has true effort put into it, right? Like that's the thing that stands out the most about it. So good to know that. However, they do have a lot of stretch goals so far that they've already hit. So definitely if you want to support the game, I would say like check my link down below and go check it out and support it because it is only a limited amount of time. And if you want to get like early access to like the beta and stuff like that, you probably will have to like be an early supporter. Just to like make sure you know you're part of like the people who get to experience the game early on. Plus also it's a discounted version of the game, so it's not like you're paying the full price. And also this game is not going to be that expensive to begin with compared to like, you know, more recent Pokemon games. But yeah, either way, they do also say that they've unlocked the stretch goal for the Switch port and also the permadeath mode, the speedrun mode, and the randomizer mode. So all of these are unlocked already. But now let's talk a little bit about actual gameplay, right? So visually on this, like on the screen, you would have probably seen me put some gameplay on screen here that sort of describes to you sort of what the game is like. But then they go on and say the following, which is spirits and Elestrals. So they have essentially these things called elements, which are, well, more or less like typings from Pokemon. There are 8 elements of creation, each one channeling unique forces of nature and divine power through the spirits that embody them. They have earth, fire, I was going to say earth, wind, and fire. Earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, frost, solar, and lunar, which I'm guessing solar and lunar, are they going to be like effective against each other or like going to cancel each other out? I wonder. By the way, they also talk about spirits, which are essentially the monsters you capture, I'm guessing. Choose your spirit, your elemental companion and lifelong friend. One of 8 mystical beings born from the stars who grant you the power to clash with Elestrals. Then they say, Elestrals are creatures born... Okay, wait, so spirits... Choose your spirit. Okay, so that's your elemental companion. But Elestrals are actually the creatures born from elemental spirits. Oh, okay, interesting. Each wielding unique powers to clash in epic battles of strength and strategy. All right, fair enough. Then they say casters and divines. Now, casters are mortals bonded with one of the 8 elemental spirits. Okay, the elemental spirits, the ones that are up here, that being Turtlas, Vipiro, Leviathan, Zaptor, Lycorus, Flurmine, Luminape, and Owloon. Those are, I guess, some sort of like, not like, how do I say this properly without like mistaking it? But they are spirits, which are different from the Elestrals themselves, like the regular like creatures you capture. And then casters, I guess you have to like, match up with one of them, granting them power to summon and strengthen Elestrals in battles. That's kind of cool. Divines, the gods of Elestrals, elemental deities born from titans who guide the world's balance and command immense power. Then clashing and spirit points. Now, a clash is a high-stakes duel where casters command Elestrals in explosive battles of instinct, mastery, elemental might. Then they talk about spirit points, or SP. Represents both your caster's health and energy. A single resource that fuels every action in battle. Each attack, ability, or empowerment draws from your spirit points, meaning every move is a trade between power and survival. Mastering your SP management is essential to outlasting foes and unleashing your Elestral's true potential. Alright. Then, they talk about some key mechanics, like for example, empowerments. A burst of magic channeled through your bond with spirits and Elestrals, enhancing strength in battle and unlocking world-altering powers, like changing the weather or time of the day. They also have Ascending, which is similar to Evolution, right? The process where Elestrals gain additional spirit power, evolving into a stronger, more advanced form with enhanced abilities and power. And then Nexus. Ooh, okay. The magical process of transforming an Elestral's elemental spirit, changing its form and powers to unlock new abilities and potential. Interesting. So it's essentially almost like not form change, but almost kind of like form changing / type changing, which is kind of sick. Then there's Awakened forms. I guess this is where the Awakened title comes from, right? The original transcendent state of spirits or Elestrals, where elemental and energies unite, rivaling the strength of even the divines. So here, this is like, again, if you see the gameplay where you see like the battles, it does seem like this is going to be the coolest element of this game, in my opinion, is the whole like the boss fights actually feeling like boss fights. That's one thing that like only now with like the most recent Pokemon entries have we even gotten something close to that, where like boss fights aren't, because of turn-based battles being the way they are. A lot of times, it's just a lot of like, hey, did you grind before doing this? And that's the only thing that determines it. But it seems like, with ZA and also here with, Elestrals Awakened, there's a purpose to boss fights. There is a difficulty to them that isn't just an arbitrary number. Like, you actually have to dodge attacks and things of that nature, which to me, that is really cool. Like, I love that. I love real boss fights that actually have, like, a purpose and matter in some way. And it's cool to see that they're going that direction. Like, okay, listen, I know I'm being paid to talk about this, but it's kind of a cool looking game. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, it looks cool. It actually looks cool. It looks interesting. Given the fact that this, normally people just make a fan game, which are lovely, but this is like somebody trying to go beyond that, right? Like trying to make their actual own thing without just, ripping off something. Like they're actually making something unique with this. And I love that. And they talk about your starter choice. So, eons ago, 8 elemental spirits shaped the balance of the world: earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, frost, solar, and lunar. Each one embodies a force of nature, guiding those who align with its essence. Now, as your journey begins, you must choose one of these elementals and forge a sacred bond with its spirit. The element you choose will empower your abilities and mark your path as a caster, shaping the way you clash, grow, and connect with the world around you. Which again, sounds solid. Doesn't sound like a bad thing. They go on and talk about Terratlas, the earth spirit, values patience and growth. Sproutier embodies this spirit, ascending into Centaur Boar. So I guess that's the evolutions, I would assume. That's how it evolves. A steadfast protector who believes strength is rooted in nurturing bonds and growing together. The Pyro, I guess, is the fire spirit, which then I guess evolves sort of ish. I'm guessing. Vipyro, that's a snake. Oh no, Vipyro is the fire spirit that burns with passion and loyalty. Okay, Necroth embodies this fierce devotion, ascending into the unstoppable guardian, Trifernal. Okay, so that's the ones that are connected. Sorry, it wasn't the first one. And then you have Leviathan, which is a water spirit that flows with adaptability and calm. Sluggle embodies this laid-back nature, riding life's currents until ascending into Magesia. Okay, so I guess like there's the whole thing with like Vipyro, Leviathan, and all these guys are like the elementals, right? Like if we look back at like the whole thing, they're the actual like spirits, right? More or less. And then we have the actual Elestrals themselves. I don't know, it's kind of weird, man. It's like so many of these. You've got like, again, unique ones for thunder, wind, frost. You got solar as well, which is really like an interesting typing, and lunar, which again, even like solar to me is like, hey, that kind of sounds like the light typing we always wanted, but we never got, and now it's in this, so that's like kind of neat. But then you talk about some game modes, right? So they have something called Bond Limit mode, which is this mode. It restricts which Elestrals you can bond with, adding an extra layer of challenge. We are working on multiple toggleable versions on this mode, including the following. Standard, you can only bond with the very first Elestral you clash with in each new area. So that's Nuzlocke, essentially. And then they want to do a Mono Spirit version, where it's just unlocked that if they reach the 800,000 stretch goal, which you can only bond with the first Elestral species you encounter in each new area that matches your starting spirit element. So yeah, again, cool. It's like, it's just those game modes we always wanted, but we never got before. So it's kind of neat. Permadeath is also in here. They also have the randomizer mode, which is unlocked, and the speedrun mode, which is unlocked. Then they also have a level cap mode that they are going to add if they reach that 800 stretch goal. As for the map, it looks like a diverse map in the game. Like, it doesn't look like it's just, you know, an empty place. Like, they actually have an entire map laid out with like all the locations actually listed out. They have the Foloi Forest, Volcanic Forge, Atlantis, Mount Olympus, Island of Iolia, Mountains of Boreas, Temple of the Sun, Temple of the Moon, Clash Canyon, Colosseum. So they have a lot of different places. They even have an elemental chart, which hopefully I can put on the screen, which actually features like which thing is strong against what, right? Like who's strong against what. So, you know, you can literally see that Earth against Earth, you know, it's kind of neutral. Fire against Earth is, I guess, strong? I guess, yeah, like it's like fire against Earth. Yeah, I guess it is strong. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, you can see the 2 times damage that's being done to certain things. Like Earth, I guess, does 2 times damage to water, solar, lunar, if I'm not mistaken. And then fire does 2 times damage to Earth and frost. Water does 2 times damage against fire and lunar. So yeah, there's an entire type chart here that makes sense, right, and fits in well. So that's pretty neat. And also music and audio. Elestrals Awakened sings with nostalgia, wonder, and exploration, blending soaring melodies, vibrant chiptune textures, and heartfelt motifs. It's a soundtrack that captures the timeless adventure of discovering a world where anything feels possible. And then, of course, the platforms, we already spoke about those, that it's going to start on PC, right? We'll debut on Steam for Windows PC and Nintendo Switch. Backers that included the digital game in their pledge will have the option at the end of the campaign to choose if they would like to receive a Steam code or a Nintendo Switch code. While Mac isn't supported at launch, we'll explore future options based on the community demand. But yeah, right now, if you want to back it, like the reasons they give it is like, again, you will unlock exclusive in-game items, expand the game, so it helps like them make the game bigger with more features, support their vision, and of course you get discounts for other stuff that they do, because they do sell like TCG cards and that kind of stuff, which actually I do have some over here. It's just in a perilous position now, right? I can't grab them, but I do have some Elestrals that I've opened, and they're neat cards. Again, I'm just not like a big TCG guy, but I do know a lot of people love them, so again, if you already like Elestrals, you're obviously going to support this. But if you don't, I think it's an interesting game. Again, it's not like the demand here is massive either, right? If you just want an early version of the game and you want to get it cheaper, this is it. This is the perfect way to get it. They also talk about in-game gift Elestrals, which you get if you back the game early on. You might get a few special ones, or like, you know, that are going to be for early backers and stuff like that. And again, all the different rewards and all that. So yeah, again, there's loads of different things, loads of different tiers that you can check out and, you know, have your hands at if you really want to. And some of the stuff is even sold out, actually, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it. I don't think there's much else to add right here in terms of, you know, like things to say. I think, honestly, it's a cool looking game. I'm going to be playing it. That's without a doubt. Like, I know myself. I know I always play these things when they come out. We did the same thing for previous games that have came out as well in this same, like, you know, kind of style or whatever. So I know we're going to do it again, and we will see how it turns out. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out, and I wish them all the best of the luck. Again, if you want to check out the game down below and you want to support it before, like, you know, the Kickstarter is over, this is your one chance. Link will be down below. Use my link if you want to. Again, thank you to Elestrals for sponsoring this video, but also for trying to create something interesting, like trying to, you know, like make their own thing. And I do love that the game genuinely has a graphic style that kind of is a mix between sort of like, how would I say it, like old Pokemon games mixed with like, I forget what this called again, like the freaking, like, I was gonna say Divinity Original Sin for some reason, which is not the right game I'm thinking of. Like triangle strategy, right? It has like that, like a little bit of that look, right? It has like a very unique style that I like. The 2.5D, right? The 2.5D, I don't know what it is about it, but ever since like Black and White, that shit's looked like really good. We just haven't gotten a game since then you know, because we went to 3D. But I really want to see a monster capturing game in that style, because I feel like every monster capturing game we've seen in recent times has kind of tried to go for the 3D, but nobody's gone like, hey, let's go back and like let's try to make like something that like was basically where Pokemon was when it was peak, right? Let's go back to that. So yeah, either way, that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thank you to Elestrals for sponsoring this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.